Welcome to yet another random unboxing video. I got so many kits that I'll probably never build, but at least I can admire these fancy boxes and show you the contents. This time we have the 72nd scale Tiger helicopter from Revell. So far I've only built two helicopters, a Black Hawk crash diorama and the Comanche that you can see here. The result with the launching Hellfire and the rotor wash base was quite nice, but still I prefer to build fighter jets and propeller planes. Anyways, at the Airpower 22 air show I saw a German Tiger up close and was quite pleased with the design of this attack helicopter. For the full video from the air show, just check out my Airpower 22 playlist. Anyways, shortly after the air show I saw this kit at the local shop and grabbed it for about 15 euros. This kit with the special markings for the 15th anniversary of the Tiger was released in 2021, while the mold is from 2006. As we can see here, this is also the only decal option. It's a level 4 kit with 116 parts, which sounds like plenty of fun to me. Let's see what we get. Inside the box we find the parts, safety instructions, and decals and a manual. The manual starts off with basic building tips and the paints needed. Unfortunately, Revell doesn't show you standardized paints like Federal Standard or RAL. Instead, you have to mix certain paint tones to get an accurate paint job. As I said before, I'm no fan of this, even though I own a lot of Revell's paints. Anyways, the assembly of the Tiger starts with the cockpit. There are no pilot figures unfortunately, but at least some parts like the rotor and forward-looking infrared can still be moved after assembly. You continue with the engine exhausts, the tail and stub wings. Then you glue on the canopy. As expected, you can't display it in an open position. The next step is the landing gear and a few clear parts that need to be painted. That's interesting. Moving on with the windshield wipers and tail rotor. Some more smaller parts and the armament. There seems to be a good variety of weapons. For example, the HOT and triggered anti-tank missiles. And on the next page we can find instructions for rocket pods and Stinger missiles. So the variety of options for the armament is a big plus. After the addition of the armament and rotor, the assembly is completed and it's time to paint and place the decals. Let's take a closer look. This Tiger comes in a 3-tone camo that is partially covered by this large Tiger decal. Two of those three main colors are mixtures of Revell paints unfortunately. And here we find the top view as well as the underside of the Tiger. Now let's have a closer look on the decals. The Tiger itself is split into a couple of parts, which should make the application easier. Furthermore, we get decals for the instrument panels and a good amount of stencils. Yeah, this edition was released in 2021 and the decals were printed in Italy. Looks promising. Next up, the clear parts. Unfortunately, they are quite thick and the view through them seems quite distorted. It will be interesting how that looks on the finished model. Anyways, here we find the stingers and other parts not used on this particular kit. And the next spruce with parts for the rocket pods and a bit of flash here. Even more stingers, interesting. Some parts are not very detailed, the rotors look a bit dull for example. Here we have the fuselage. And the panel lines, doors and hatches here look quite good. The instrument panels and seats are also sufficient, but overall I'm not so impressed with the level of detail. Anyways, I think with a proper paint job and the addition of the Tiger decals, the result can be quite an eye-catcher. That was my unboxing of Revell's Tiger. For more content, check out my other pages and channels. I'm working on more content, so make sure to follow me there and subscribe here on YouTube. Thanks for watching and bye!